Good morning, everybody. Sam here, United People's TV. It's Friday. It's live. It's interactive. You're here. I'm here. Let's talk about everything to do with Manchester United. I tell you what, it should be quite an exciting show this morning. Plenty more updates on Raphael Varane. It seems like we're probably going to be doing this every single day now, but when developments happen, I'm going to bring them to you. Of course, some of them happened last night. Some of them have also happened this morning, and I'm going to bring them all together in one lovely package for you. Aren't I so nice? Also talking about Eduardo Camavinga, Kieran Trippier, 4-3-3 being Solskjaer's formation next year. Is it the end of McFred? Maybe. When are the players going to be returning to the club? There's loads of stuff. And there's also a giveaway that I'm going to be doing for you as well, giving away a hoodie. So make sure you keep locked inside this stream. Make sure you drop a like on the stream. Make sure you send your comments in. Make sure you send your super chats in as well. And as always, you let me know where you're watching this from. You let me know the town, and you let me know the country, and you might get added on to the fabled United people. It's not fabled. It's not fabled at all. But the interactive map where you're all watching it from. But let's get straight into the news, because it's Friday morning, people. I've got a smile on my face. You've got a smile on your face. And why wouldn't you? After the news last night from Mohamed Bahafsi, the Manchester United have basically agreed terms. Agreement almost contractually reached between Manchester United and Raphael Varane. Discussions are advanced between the two parties after buckling Sancho, which I'm guessing he means after securing Sancho. United want Varane. Discussions are open between, but no offer yet. Get that offer in, United. What are you doing? That is the point we're waiting for now. But this is an important aspect. And there's a few of you actually, not so many. There's a few of you in the comments that are saying, it doesn't really matter that you agree personal terms with Varane, blah, blah. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it absolutely does. I've said it. I've always found it a bit weird that transfers have changed in the modern game. Back in the day, you couldn't speak to the player until you'd agreed the price with the club. Now it almost seems like you agree the price, you agree terms with the player before you even agree the price with the club. But Varane agreeing terms. He wants to move to the Premier League. Back in 2016, he always said that if he was going to leave Real Madrid, he would be going to the Premier League. That's the move, that he wanted to do. So he wants a Premier League move. And he wants to leave Real Madrid. Everywhere you look, all the updates, all point towards it. Let's quickly see what Fabrizio Romano's had to say on it as well. Said it's not done yet, but it is progressing because United are in direct contact. They're progressing in talks. United are ready to give him what he wants. So Varane joining United, and this is something I've seen in quite a few places actually. They're all saying that Varane to United, it's not really a money move for him. He just wants a new challenge. And you can understand that given the fact that he's won 4 Champions Leagues with Real Madrid. He's won the World Cup. He's won the Liga. He's done everything he can possibly really win as a Real Madrid player. Therefore, he wants a new challenge. And United, well, it's certainly a good challenge. United are waiting for Varane to confirm. And what I know is he wants to leave and try the Premier League. Blah, blah, blah. Work in progress, blah, blah, blah. At this point, it's just important that United get that bid in. Now, you remember that Jorge Calabres, we covered him, was it last week? elbernabeu.com, we looked into him, looked into the reliability of him as a source. And I didn't really know much about him, but he's popped up again. He's saying Raphael Varane has decided to go to Manchester United. United will make a formal offer in the coming days. Again, we've heard that for the last few days and nothing's really happened. If the offer is more than 50 million, Varane will become a United player. The deal is closer than ever. I'm liking the turns of phrase, closer than ever. Yes, please. I could do with a bit of that. But everything is pointing in the right direction, ladies and gents, with Raphael Varane. Every single day that it develops, it gets closer. And terms being agreed, that is an important factor because it means it doesn't complicate. There's a reason that the Sancho deal wasn't that complicated this summer. It's because United had already agreed terms with him last summer. So this summer, it was just a case of finding that agreement on the fee. And that's why it went through smoothly. And that's why hopefully today, what I'm hearing is today is going to be the day that Jadon Sancho gets announced as a Manchester United player. That is exciting. I still can't wait for that. Now, let me head to the comments quickly. You let me know where you're watching it from, as you always do. Please fire in your super chats because it always helps the channel. You know that by now. But let me see where you're watching it from. Let's head to the map. Let's head down here. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Oh, look. Emil Gustafsson, good morning to you. You're watching from Sweden. You're watching from Dio in Sweden. Dio? I'm going to go for Dio. There you are. You're in the map, my friend. Welcome aboard, Emil. Thank you very much for watching. If you're not subscribing, what are you doing? Come on. Look at Don OG watching from Kisumu in Kenya. Wicked. Good morning to you, Don OG. How is it in Kenya this morning? I'm sure it's beautiful. I'd love to go to Kenya for a safari. I haven't been to that, I suppose, the cliche Africa, the East Africa, where you can really see the beauty of nature. I've only been to West Africa, which is a little bit different, obviously, because it's coastal. Let me see a couple more here. Got somebody saying, where's New Zealand on your map? Trust me, New Zealand's on the map. Don't worry about that. There's a few. Oh, look at that. North Macedonia. Good morning to you, Ruben. How are you doing? How's North Macedonia? Let's have a look here. We've got Prilep town in North Macedonia. Is that going to come up? Prilep, there it is. Wicked. You're on the map. North Macedonia is on the map. Welcome aboard to you, my friend. Let's have a quick look down here. Honestly, when I bring the map up, it is ridiculous how many comments come in. Like this one from Danilo. Thank you very much. From Corso in Finland. I think Danilo, you might be the first person from Finland on the map. Big congratulations to you, my friend. And thank you very much for super chat. Love your content. Love your comments. Let's quickly scroll out and see if, oh, look, I think you oh, wow. It's a little tiny island. That's cool as hell. Look at that. My God. What's going on here? Wow. That really is in the middle of nowhere. Wicked. Thank you very much for that, Danilo. And thank you very much for your comments. But look at this, ladies and gents. Let's have a quick zoom out before we head back to, as you know, before we head back to news, I'm going to do something else. Look at that. Someone asked about New Zealand. New Zealand's down here, but the world's quite big. It's quite hard to get it all on one screen. But before we move on, oh my God, go away. There we go. Before we move on, I want to do something else. Doing a quick giveaway. So Discord have been lovely enough to send me a lovely hoodie. Not just a hoodie, actually. I'll show you. So we've got a sticker pack. We've got a nice Discord badge. Look at that. That's pretty cool. And got a nice Discord hoodie. Look at that. All presented in a lovely Discord box. Isn't that nice? So what I'm doing is I want to give it away to one of you guys or girls. Or girls. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a link in the description now. Not in the description, sorry, in the comments. Both on Facebook and on YouTube. If you click that link, go in there. There is a channel. There is a giveaway channel in there with a picture of this. All you got to do is drop a thumbs up on that. So join our Discord because there's honestly thousands in there every single day. And it's a great place to bring the communities of Facebook and YouTube together in the same place. And it's really important that that happens. So you use that link, go in there. There's a giveaway channel at the top, hashtag giveaway. And there's a picture in there. Just drop a little thumbs up reaction on that. It's free. You could win that. Why wouldn't you want to get involved as well? In Discord, we can have many conversations like this across the whole day. But let's head back to the news, eh? Let me go back here and let's keep discussing. Raphael Varane, that's an exciting one. Moving on from Raphael Varane quickly. Kieran Trippier. And yes. I know this is Neil Custis from The Sun. And yes. But I'll explain why I'm pulling it up. He's saying United are close to completing moves for both Raphael Varane and Kieran Trippier for 50 million and 18 million, respectively. Both deals are all but done with announcements expected next week. Now, that would be lovely. But is it the case? 50 million is pretty much the figure that we're seeing for Raphael Varane. So I don't really think that Custis is wrong on that one. But whether or not it's done by the end of next week, I'm not sure. It's the Kieran Trippier one I find interesting. And the reason that I'm not just completely dismissing what Neil Custis is saying, which I would do 9 out of 10 times, is if we look here as the news has developed this week, you've got Matt Law from The Telegraph saying that Kieran Trippier is desperate for a move to the Premier League as he waits on Manchester United. Now, this is something that we've really seen quite a lot. Obviously, Kieran Trippier's got roots up in Northern England and he's won the league with La Liga. He's spent a couple of years out there in Spain and he's done well for himself. All the noise is pointing towards the fact that he wants to move back to the Premier League. And that is why I'm not just going to completely dismiss what Neil Custis is having to say. Something that Fabrizio has added on, which is an interesting part when it comes to Kieran Trippier. If Manchester United sell Diogo Dalot, they will again try to sign Kieran Trippier. Now, you let me know in the comments below, ladies and gents, who would you rather have as the backup right back for Aaron Wan-Bissaka next year? And he needs one. We've seen it with Luke Shaw, how I don't know whether or not it helped or not, but it certainly seemed to help. Having Alex Telles in the club and that competition helped a new level come out of Luke Shaw we hadn't seen for a while. But who would you rather have as the backup to Aaron Wan-Bissaka at right back? Would you rather have Diogo Dalot, or would you rather have Kieran Trippier? You let me know what you think about that in the comments below. For me, in terms of Kieran Trippier, I think he would be an excellent right back. I've told you this before. I think I'd rather see someone like him than Max Aarons come in, because you need someone experienced to help Aaron Wan-Bissaka from the top down rather than the bottom up. And someone like Max Aarons, as exciting as he is, he's someone who's learning the game. So he would rather learn from Aaron Wan-Bissaka rather than teach him. That's an important thing. Let me have a look at the comments here. We've got Joe. You're saying we should keep Dalot as the right backup instead of Trippier. I forgot his name there. Ankan, you're saying the same as well. Let's have a look. Stavros, you're saying I would rather Trippier and change Bissaka to a centre-back. Interesting idea. I personally don't think I would. Maybe if you're playing a back three, because we've seen how good Luke Shaw can play in that as a back three. But I think Trippier would be much better as a right back. And I think Wan-Bissaka certainly would be better as a right back. Ian, you're watching on Facebook. Good morning to you, my friend. Make sure you drop a like on the video and share. You're saying Trippier. Cameron, you're saying Trippier. I'll tell you what, the comments are pretty split here on Dalot and Trippier. If I'm being honest, I would rather it be Diogo Dalot for one, and only for one reason, if it happened. So that United had the money to spend on a defensive midfielder. Because, again, I'm still seeing no real news that Manchester United are after defensive midfielder. And I'll get into that next. And I've seen lots of news for the idea that if Manchester United do sign a defensive midfielder, it's only because we've sold players first and we've got rid of players first. And that's a bit of a frustration, I suppose, because for me, it's always been the most important position for us to make a signing in. And at the moment, we haven't seen that. Victorin, big up to you, my friend. Saw you before the stream. Seeing you now. OG from Australia. Trippier right back gives Dalot a chance, maybe at left back. Maybe sell or loan Telles to Inter since they're interested, and loan Williams out to Southampton. Now, I think Williams to Southampton is certainly a good idea. I think Southampton are balking at the idea of a 2 million loan fee. I think that's reasonable. I think that they should probably go through that because Bertrand's obviously left and they need fullback cover. I don't think Telles will be going anywhere. I don't think... Should he go anywhere? No, Telles really did not impress me last season. I had such high expectations on Alex Telles, given that he was a Champions League established top-level Porto left-back. There was a lot of good reasons why I was excited about Telles, and he didn't deliver. And largely it's because Luke Shaw was just so incredible. We never really got a performance. But I think Dalot coming back in would be a good move. Both for Dalot, I don't think if you're loaned out by a club for 2 years, you can basically kiss goodbye to playing for that club. As far as I'm concerned, the club does not want you. And I think that's what Dalot will feel as well. Before I quickly move on, if you are watching, there's plenty of you watching, thousands of you watching. Make sure you drop a like on the video on YouTube and subscribe if you're new. It's free. Get involved. If you're watching on Facebook, drop a like on the video and make sure you share it too, because all the engagements really help the channel grow. And I want the channel to grow. You want the channel to grow. So everything can get bigger and better. And any super chat you fire in, it's only going to get put back into the channel to make it bigger and better. So please keep firing your super chats in with any real questions you want to ask me. But there's an important article that came out today, which I find very interesting. I think it's going to lead to a good discussion. Coming from Rob Dawson from ESPN this morning, saying Man United's McFred is under threat as Solskjaer goes on the attack. Now, if we scroll down here, we have a quick read of this together. Let me zoom in for you. Get it nice and central so you can have a quick read. He's basically saying that Solskjaer's told United's squad back in pre-season that he wants to implement a 4-3-3 formation, which will basically mean that we're going to move away from having two holding midfielders, because as we know, United last season or every season under Solskjaer, really, 4-2-3-1 has been the preference. 4 at the back, 2 holding midfielders with the number 10 in front, 2 wingers and a striker on his own up front. And when it works, but it doesn't play to the massive strengths of this Manchester United team, in my opinion. And clearly, I think that's what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer can see here by the fact that he's plotting this move, because it should happen. This switch should happen. For Manchester United to really compete next year in the Premier League and the Champions League, that formation switch has to happen. 4 at the back. You get Varane in there, you've got a settled back 4. You've got Shaw, you've got Maguire and Varane. Maguire and Varane, man. We need to speak about that in a bit. Maguire and Varane. And Wan-Bissaka. Whoever that goalkeeper is going to be, Henderson or De Gea, I don't know yet. But then you move to midfield. And playing a 4-3-3, let me see if I can actually pull up a formation builder or something like that. I should probably do that because it'll be nice to get that on screen whilst we discuss it, really, isn't it? But playing that 4-3-3, it's incredibly important because you need that holding midfielder who can actually play that role on his own, which currently Manchester United do not have. There we go. Let's pull this up. Let's go here. So at the moment, Manchester United have got. So if we're looking at the starting 11 for next season, as I've said before, I'm going Henderson. I think Henderson should be playing there. I think that De Gea's great, and De Gea. I'm not knocking De Gea, but I think it's the right time for De Gea to leave on a personal and professional level. So let me zoom in there so you can really nice and see this. We can have a proper discussion. But this is the issue here, because playing this formation is how you get the best out of Pogba and Bruno. You're playing Sancho on the right-hand side. Of course you are. You're playing Rashford on the left-hand side whenever he's back from injury. You're playing Cavani up top, or you're playing Greenwood. That's up to you and who you decide to do. Don't worry about the numbers on the shirts. They're wrong. But this is how you get the most out of Paul Pogba, and this is how you get the most out of Bruno Fernandes, because you're playing them both in a more advanced position as central midfielders, and that is what needs to happen. But at the same time, this is where the question mark lies, and this is why I keep saying it all along. United's success of moving forward next season, I think, relies on switching to a formation like this. And that's why recruiting a proper defensive midfielder is so crucial, because if you're looking here, and you're looking at nobody, United not signing anybody, McTominay is probably the best of the bunch. But I'm looking at a set of players who can't play that role. I'm looking at Nemanja Matic, who's 144 years old, so he can't play there. I'm looking at Fred, who is he's not disciplined enough to play that role. He's a very good, tenacious, battling midfielder, but not somebody who can just hold a role and just stay there. He's more, not that he's impatient, but he's got a lot of energy to his game, and that would take away from the strengths of Fred's game by asking him to play in that role. And then you've got McTominay, who for me is clearly better as a box-to-box midfielder. Somebody who's got somebody behind him, so he doesn't really have to do those offensive duties, but he's great at... He's not like Pogba as a box-to-box. Pogba's just quality and craft. McTominay is a bit more grit and determination. He's more like Fletcher. And Fletcher was never a proper defensive midfielder on his own. You never really, obviously he could play that if you wanted him to, but he wasn't. And that's why for me, it's so important that United sign a defensive midfielder this year, because that's the weakness. Look, if you threw Ndidi in there, this team changes completely. If you were to throw, I still stand by it. I think if you throw Neves in there, and you can coach him into an excellent defensive midfielder on his own. Comment here coming in from Andy Bill. Thank you very much, Andy. You're firing a super chat. And where are you watching from, man? You're watching from Bergen in Norway. Good morning to you in Norway. Oh, not Norway with me. Bergen in Norway. Good morning. Thank you very much, my friend. What are you asking? Who do you think will surprise us in preseason and have an impact in the Premier League? Now, that's an interesting one. I suppose if you're looking at surprises that can really happen, it's probably going to be James Garner. James Garner is one player who can, he can play there. I'm not saying that Garner's going to become our defensive midfielder next year, because I don't really think that's going to happen, if I'm being completely honest. But Garner had an excellent season on loan at Nottingham Forest, and I think this is the role where we have question marks. And this is the role where I get... this is why I get confused about Manchester United just not really properly going in for one. Because look at that team there. World class. World class. World class. I think you can probably say that about there. Wan-Bissaka's class, but he's getting there. Henderson, he's got the ability to become world class. He's not world class yet. Garner, no, not Garner. Who's more likely to play there? Geez, probably McTominay, I would say, on his own, if I'm being honest. McTominay, not world class. Probably won't ever get world class, but he's a class squad player. World class Pogba, world class Bruno, world class Sancho. Rashford is on the edge of it, and when he's playing on his game, he can be in. Cavani, top draw. It's great quality everywhere. And then you just have question marks about this role. And it's too important a role, because if you play there, you get a player who just gets dragged out of position. You're going to get attackers running here, running at the defense. You're going to get United sitting deep and defending deep. Whereas if you get a player like, I don't know, Ndidi, who can win the ball high up the pitch here, if you can get a defensive midfielder who can sit here and screen this area and make sure it never gets past there and feeds it up into Pogba, feeds it up into Bruno, you won't rely on Maguire and Varane to make loads of last-ditch tackles. If you don't play that player there, you really will. And that's my fear next season, as United are going to actually have a huge reliance on Maguire and Varane to really square up and win their tackles. And I just think that's an oversight from United. That's my own personal opinion. Now, as always, you let me know where you're watching from in the comments, and please keep sending in your super chats as well. Like Victorim as well there, you're asking what the website is, my friend. It is buildlineup.com. I'll try and get something a bit more classy than this, because it'll be nice for us to do some tactical discussions as the season progresses. I'm going to be launching some new memberships on YouTube, maybe start doing some tactical previews, some previews to games, some player ratings, do more content in and around the games rather than just match reactions, but keep your eyes out on that. But where are you watching it from? Let's head back to the Fable map. Let me pull a few comments out here. Like Stuart watching on YouTube. Good morning to you, Stuart, watching from Fife in Scotland. How are you doing, my friend? Up in Bonnie, Scotland. It's United Kingdom there. Okay. I know it's in Scotland. But where else are we all watching it from? Let me go down here. Let me look at the comments. Let's have a look. Port Louis in Mauritius from Tavish. How you doing, Tavish? Thank you for watching on YouTube. If you are new, my friend, make sure you please subscribe to the channel. It's free. Why wouldn't you want to get involved? Port Louis, on you go. I'll tell you what, this is going to be good fun to spell. Bright Light, how you doing, my friend? Watching from Ukraine. I hope you spelt that right, because if not... Oh, there it is. Ukraine's on the map. Welcome aboard. I'm pretty sure you're the first Ukrainian. Good morning to you, my friend. Thank you very much for your comment. Let's get one more in here quickly, and then we'll quickly move on. Commonwealth of Dominica in the Caribbean. Dominica in the Caribbean. That just Dominica. We'll go for Dominica. I'm saying Dominica quite a lot. Hey, tell you what, it's getting bigger and better, this map. Thank you very much for all your comments there. But I was enjoying that discussion there. I was really enjoying that. You let me know what you think about this in the comments below. But for me, it's such a crucial aspect. The reason I'm saying this, by the way, ladies and gents, if you're new and you're just joining in, it's because there's an article here from Rob Dawson from ESPN saying that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer plans a tactical overhaul. McFred, beware. It's like he wants to move away from playing with two holding midfielders to moving with playing with one defensive midfielder on his own. It's an important switch that Manchester United have to do. But for me, for that to really work, that's why this signing is so crucial, man. It's why I don't think we can survive next season with McTominay there or Fred there. I don't think any of them. What about Matic there? No. That's why we need a new defensive mid. I'm going to go new DM. Mid a bit of a long word. Quickly before I move on as well, if you weren't here earlier, you can be here now. Let me quickly pull it up full screen so you can see what I'm doing. Doing a quick giveaway this week because you guys are great. So let's do some giveaways, right? Discord were nice enough to send me a lovely partner hoodie. Look at that. Lovely Discord logo there. We've got a badge to go with it. See if I can do a little close-up on the badge there. There it is. Little badge. We've got a little sticker pack. Look at that. A little sticker pack. Comes in a lovely box. All you've got to do, it's free to enter. All you've got to do is join our Discord. I'll send a link in the comments now. The comment is there. Click that. It'll go straight through to our Discord. Look for the giveaway channel at the top. Hashtag giveaway. There's a little picture in there. Drop a thumbs up on that photo. And that's it. You're entered into a free draw. And then I'll get in contact with you. And I could be sending it out to you. And I'll tell you what, I think I'd like to do giveaways regularly on the channel. It'll be nice to give stuff straight back to you like you're always giving me. Great interaction. It's always good fun, isn't it? So make sure, as always, you keep dropping your likes on the video. You keep sharing. You keep subscribing if you're new. And let's keep engaging. Anuj, how you doing, my friend? I do remember you. Once Varane is done, do you think United will look to sign a DMF? Good afternoon and good day to you. Look, I really hope they do, Anuj, because I keep saying it. Look, for me, and I might be, I don't know, maybe I'm a bit over the top when I say this, but I personally do not think that United will challenge for the Premier League or for the Champions League next year if we don't sign a defensive midfielder. I don't think it matters if we sign Varane and we sign Sancho. I think both of them are excellent signings in two key positions because of the three positions that United needed to strengthen this summer were centre-back, right wing, and defensive midfield. But for me, the balance of our whole team depends on us signing a new defensive midfielder. The whole shape of everything. Because signing that new defensive midfielder means there's less reliance on whoever our centre-backs are to really face those last-ditch tackles. It relieves the pressure on them. A new defensive midfielder who can pick the ball up and feed Pogba and feed Bruno means it changes the shape of our attacks. Without that new defensive midfielder, you'll watch United skip Bruno and Pogba too often and maybe go to Rashford or Sancho and look for the balls over the top way too early. Or you're going to see Pogba getting frustrated and dropping deep. Bruno dropping deep to receive the ball because we don't have a defensive midfielder who's capable of passing it up through the lines to them. It just changes the whole shape of our team having this player. It's the anchor of this whole team that we currently don't have. And we've got loads of wicked players. Sancho coming in. Look at how good did Bruno linking up with Sancho. Pogba and Rashford were sure on the overlaps. Wan-Bissaka finally having a partner that he can play with on the right-hand side. Watch Wan-Bissaka this season, by the way. Tipping him to probably be our player of the year, I think, anyway. Might probably not happen given that we've got Sancho and Varane, but that's my estimation. What? Maybe not player of the year, but I think most visually improved player of the year. We saw it last year with Luke Shaw, and I think we're going to see it this year with Aaron Wan-Bissaka. My own opinion, you might not agree, but that's what I think, and that's why. And I keep you know me, ladies and gents. I've done so much on this, and I keep banging the drum. And I actually did a tweet this morning. I actually think it's verging on ignorance that United are doing this. That United aren't going after a new defensive midfielder. That's how important I see it, because we've done brilliantly with Sancho. Cool. We're looking like we're doing brilliantly with Varane. But does that mean that United and Solskjaer really trust our options in midfield, that we just don't need a new midfielder? That's either ignorance or extreme confidence that I just don't have in that midfield. Not in Pogba and Bruno, but in the players playing further back. Your Matic, your Fred, and your McTominay. Who else can play there? You can play Garner there, maybe. You could play Axel Tuanzebe, but now you're stretching. You're trying to force people into positions rather than going out and signing a top-level player. And when you've got top-level players all over the pitch, Sancho, Cavani, Rashford, Pogba and Bruno, and a back four of Shaw, Maguire, Varane and Wan-Bissaka, what's the point in scrimping here? What is the point in scrimping there? Comment here coming in from Christian Canavero. Thank you very much, my friend. You're saying, I would really like to see Varane sign for United, but I worry about him, Pogba, arguing like they did in the French squad. Obviously, we saw the fallout from that France early exit in Euro 2020. There were comments coming out saying, whose family was it? I think it was someone's mum. Was it Rabiot? I think it might have been Rabiot's mum. Coming out, apparently she was arguing with everybody. Look, when you win, you love each other. When you lose, you argue with each other. I wouldn't really look into that too much, Christian, if I'm being completely honest. And I certainly wouldn't put me off signing Raphael Varane, because he, for me, is a top level centre-back that we need. Absolutely centre-back that we need. Let me see if there's anything new coming out on the old Raphael of Varane. Let's have a look here. We've got something from Spain. Let's have a quick look. Let's head back over here and then over here. Raphael Varane's departure from Real Madrid is getting closer. He could leave in the next few days if negotiations between United accelerate and Madrid. That's coming out from Diario AS. That's a newspaper out in Spain. So as I said, the noise is continuing. It's continuing. From Mohamed Bahafsi saying that terms are already agreed. Now, for me, that is a big deal, because Sancho terms were agreed last summer. That's why it was so easy this summer. When you agree terms with the player, it gives you a hand up in the negotiations. A leg up in the negotiations with the club, because you know, therefore, the player wants to move. It therefore means that you can go more aggressive with the club and trying to get that deal done. That's the exciting stuff. That's the exciting part. Tell you what, let me quickly head back to the map. You know what's going to happen right now, so please drop a like on the video. Please send in your comments, send in your super chats as well. If you really want to get on the map, send it in a super chat, and I won't bloody miss that, like I do miss so many comments. But let's see where you're all watching this from. Look at that, like Andrew Ward watching on Facebook. You're watching from Galway City. How you doing, my friend? How is it? That's West Island, isn't it? Never been to West. I've never been to East. County Galway on the map. Welcome, my friend. Thank you very much for watching, Andrew. Make sure you drop a like on the video and share as well. Who else we've got? We've got somebody watching from Ham in Belgium. Actually, Georgie. I hope you're okay over there. You know, it's really sad what's going on with the floods that are happening in Belgium and Germany. I send my best wishes to everybody out there. It's really sad. Look, like Jerry watching from Paderborn in Germany. How you doing, my friend? You can go on the map as well, watching from Facebook from Paderborn in Germany. Welcome, Jerry. Make sure you like the video. You already know that by now. Let's add another couple on here. Oh, look at that. Prince watching from Casablanca in Morocco. That's cool. Obviously, a very romantic place, Casablanca. I'm sure you're a very romantic person, Prince. And one more here. We've got Adam watching from County Meath in Ireland. Used to have family over there. Adam, County Meath. Oh, yeah. There we go. County Meath. You're on. You're in. I love all these comments, man. Let's have a quick zoom out on the map. Let's see where we're at. We've now got 127 points on this map. And I'll tell you what, it's starting to get busy. It's starting to get busy, this map. Look at it. These are all, every single one of these pins is one of you guys and girls sending me a comment, letting me know where you're watching this from. And you're getting added to the map. Morocco's there is the first from Northern Africa. We need some from Algeria, Libya, Tunisia, Egypt, Mali, Niger, Chad, Sudan, Mauritania, Western Sahara. What about Turkey, Syria, Iraq, Saudi, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan? There's plenty more countries we need to cover. We've got one in Russia. Russia's pretty big, though. But as always, I love this, and I keep saying this. I've always wanted to do more interactive content, and doing this and the map idea, it just gives something back. It gives a visual representation of just how around the world United is. And it's wicked. It's wicked. So keep firing in comments, keep dropping likes, super chats, all of it. It's all good fun, and I really, really enjoy it. Now let's head back to the news. And we're going to skip on to another player that United have been linked with this summer that it's kind of gone a bit quiet, hasn't it? Eduardo Camavinga. Now, reports coming out from the Telegraph is that he actually would prefer a move to Spain than England. And that's something that we've actually seen over the last week or two. That it's not something new. It's something a little bit frustrating because Camavinga, it seemed very straightforward for Manchester United. The 18-year-old has got 1 year left on his deal with Rennes. They want to sell this summer because they can't afford to lose him next year on a free. And therefore, United know that we can go in and get him this summer. That's important. We've got a comment here from Chris Piercy on Facebook saying, what is a super chat? It's a fair comment. Sorry, Chris. It only applies to people from YouTube. So you can send in a comment. You can send in a little donation as well. It helps the channel. Everything I get is going to go back into the channel anyway to make it bigger and better. On Facebook, at the moment, I'll tell you what, it's a bit of a bummer. Facebook have demonetized the entire page for like 6 weeks, and I have no idea why. I've not done anything wrong, and I've been in discussions to try and get it sorted. So on Facebook, there's no monetization. It hasn't been for the whole of the summer. It's really frustrating, but I'm trying to get it sorted, and hopefully I can bring out some Facebook memberships. So you guys and girls can all donate in that sense, and I can bring more content to all of you, as well as these free live streams that I'm going to be doing every single one, Monday to Friday, as you know by now. But let me know what you think about Camavinga. Do you think Manchester United will sign Camavinga? Yes or no? You let me know in the comments now. For me, it's I'm a bit apprehensive, I suppose, because it went from, United with Camavinga, it's all really exciting, to it getting very muted very, very quickly over him. He's only got 12 months left on his contract. And you think United would go in aggressively for him. The fact that we're not kind of tells me that, we're holding back a little bit, and we're a little bit skeptical about whether or not we're going to go in for him, because if we really wanted to, I think we would have already gone in for him. And for me, that's a big reason why I've got question marks about Camavinga. Got a comment coming here from Hassan watching from Sweden. On you go, my friend. Västerås in Sweden. Västerås in Sweden. You are on the map, my friend. Thank you very much, Hassan. Make sure you drop a like on the video if you haven't already, but I'm sure you have, my friend. Let's go back to Camavinga, and let me see what you think about Camavinga. We've got Satish. You're saying no, we won't sign him. Let's have a look. It's so quiet on Camavinga, says Carlton. You're absolutely spot on. It has gone quiet. We've got Vince. You're saying Manchester United will not sign Camavinga. We've got Terrical. You're saying Camavinga is too young right now. He isn't a central defensive midfielder. We really need to stay focused on necessities. And I would agree with that. I'd rather see United going after someone like Wilfred Ndidi or someone like Neves, who I think can be coached into a pure defensive midfielder. Camavinga is 18. He is young. He isn't a defensive midfielder, but he's somebody who has the potential to grow into any position that you want him to be in midfield. He's played in a defensive role. He's played as a box-to-box midfielder. He's played in a double pivot. He's played on his own. And he can play them all. And whoever signs him clearly is going to get a player who's going to be excellent for the future. But United, as I can see in the comments here, you're all agreeing, it has gone very quiet. It has gone very quiet here. You got Victor in here. You're saying apparently he prefers to move to Spain. Exactly. That's what we're reading here from the news. But Camavinga, I'm skeptical about anything that's going to really happen with him. So we'll keep an eye on it, but I'm not really sure. Now, moving on to pre-season is a bit of an interesting one. This is when United's players are going to be returning to the pre-season training, returning to the squad. Obviously, Shaw, Sancho and Maguire are going to be the latest because England got to the Euro 2020 final. They got 3 weeks holiday, deserved 3 weeks holiday. They need that. Rashford's obviously going to be back in October. You've got Fred, July 31st. De Gea, Cavani around about the same time. Lindelof quite soon. Pogba, Fernandes, Dalot and James. That shows how early Pogba went out. Jeez. Went out really early. McTominay, even earlier. Baye and Ahmad, they're out with Ivory Coast at the moment. Let's see what happens. In fact, they're going to come back quite late. I'm interested to see how preseason goes. I'm not going to look into preseason too much, if I'm being completely honest, because it's preseason, and it's going to be a bit of a split preseason because, as you can see there, because of international competition, you get players coming in, you get players going out. It's not everyone there at the same time. We've got Dark Prince OG here, paying for somebody's birthday shout out. Karthik J. I can't see you in the comments, my friend Karthik, but very much a happy birthday to you, my friend, and many, many happy returns. I hope you have a great day. It's Friday. Today should be Sancho Day, so that should be exciting. Exactly. We've got a comment here from Vince, which I can't ignore because he's watching from Turkey, Istanbul. And I'll tell you what, we've got nobody from Turkey on here, my friend. So, Vince, you are representing Turkey on the map. You're on there. Make sure you drop a like on the video, my friend. Thank you very much for your comment. Let's go down here as well. We've got Andy Bill. Good morning to you. Thank you very much. You're saying that Camavinga can be bred into any role in midfield. That's what we have in James Garner. Hoping Ode sees this and keeps faith in the youth. That's a fair point. James Garner, I didn't watch enough of /any of Nottingham Forest last year, so I don't really know how massively well he got on, but I know he really impressed. And James Garner, he has got the preseason. And it's an excellent preseason for him to have, as I said, because looking here, the squad is split. Preseason is going to be a real opportunity for some of these youngsters to step up and really, really put themselves in the limelight, because the majority of United's first team players aren't going to really properly be there until the end of the preseason tour. Sancho won't really be there until August the 1st, the new signing. In terms of midfielders there, you've got McTominay. He's going to be returning. Well, he's already returned. Pogba, he's coming back. Fred won't be back until July 31st. So someone like James Garner, he should be using this as a huge, huge opportunity because there's eyeballs for him to take. Eyeballs for him to take? Sometimes I say some weird things. But he'll be able to get the attention of Carrick, of Fletcher, of Solskjaer, more attention than if United's whole first team was there. So I'll be excited and interested to see what he does there. But our preseason tour, it kicks off this weekend, doesn't it? Let's have a quick look at our fixtures. We can speak about that a little bit. As always, keep firing in your comments, keep firing in your super chats. I'll always head back down to them if I see them. Fixtures, men. Here we go. Right, let's have a quick look at this together then. So here's Manchester United's pre-season tour. Pre-season tour? It's not a tour this year because you can't tour anywhere. But these are the games. Kicking off with on Sunday against Derby. 1 o'clock. Will you be watching that? I'm sure I'll be watching it. Let me know what you think about that. We've got QPR. That'll be cool. That'll be a good way to go to. Got no good few lads that are going to QPR. I can't make it, unfortunately. Saturday, 24th of July. 4 days later, we play Brentford at Old Trafford. Then Preston 3 days later. Before we've got a bit of a rogue one that's been thrown in. I think this was thrown in a little bit late. Against Everton at Old Trafford before we kick the season off on the 14th of August. That's less than a month's time. I tell you what, football comes thick and fast, eh? It was an exhausting year covering United last year, mainly because I found the game so excruciatingly, painfully boring to watch. And it's not just because we were bad in some games, which obviously we weren't great in all games, but it was the fact that it was silent, man. Playing with no crowds really got to me by the end of it. And I was exhausted watching it as a fan. I hate to think how exhausted the players were playing in empty stadiums, but as we saw in Euro 2020, you saw much of a difference. I think it was first game that Hungary played. Was that against Germany? When the stadium was full and it was loud and there was a hostile atmosphere, and you think, and that's what I've missed, man. That's what I've missed. And Old Trafford will be full for that game against Leeds, and I can't wait to see what that atmosphere is going to be like. It's going to be brilliant. It really is going to be brilliant. Someone asking here, we've got Wesley saying, I missed the beginning of the video. Will VARANE be United? I'll give you a quick run through, my friend. And as always, keep firing in your comments. Keep firing in your super chats, where you're watching it from, blah, blah, blah. Any questions you want me to answer. Now, to answer your question, Wes, Mohamed Bahafsi last night saying personal terms basically agreed. That's important. That's a huge step. It means that United can now go to these discussions with Real Madrid knowing that Varane wants to move, knowing that Varane is happy with the terms, and therefore it gives United a bit of an edge in the negotiations. I can see United trying to squeeze a price out of this, and probably that gives United a bit more negotiation power, which I think they'll try and abuse. But following on from that, you got Fabrizio Romano saying it's not done yet, but the talks are happening, looking out in Spain, saying, look, if United get the bid in, United will get the man. It's very, very simple. Jorge Calabres out in Spain saying that he's decided to join United, 50 million, and it will be done. Easy, simple. Neil Custis from The Sun, yeah, I know, saying that both deals will be done by the end of next week. Also went into a bit on Trippier. Spoke about Trippier in some detail with all of you. And Diogo Dalot spoke about this move to a 4-3-3. And then we looked at the formation there, didn't we? We looked at why I keep saying so often, why I keep saying this is a position we need. And if we don't sign a new one, I think this is probably going to be the formation that we use next year. I think you're going to be seeing Fred play a little bit less. Fred will be more as a backup to Pogba or Bruno, in the same way that I think Van der Beek will be. And we've got strength and depth there. And Fred is an excellent box-to-box midfielder. You saw with Brazil in Copa America, going the whole way to the final. Fred was fantastic. Fred's not a bad player. You just got to play him in the right position. Same with so many footballers. Got Schürrle here. Yeah, you're spot on here. Varane and Maguire would be amazing. And I think it's kind of hard to comprehend how good a centre-back partnership that could end up being for Manchester United. Because as we saw with Maguire at Euro 2020, the guy's mustard. The guy is a great centre-back. If you play him alongside a player who can allow him to play his good game and doesn't have the weaknesses exposed by him, which someone like Lindelof does. Simple. Varane, oh man, Varane's a top-level defender. Varane is arguably better than Harry Maguire, if not just as good. It's a bit of a toss-up. And when you've got two defenders who are that good playing alongside each other, they complement each other really, really well. And that's what I want to see from United next year. And it's going to be great. If we can get Varane in next year, it does change the whole shape of our defense. And maybe it does negate our need for a defensive midfielder. But just in my own personal opinion, this is crucial for getting the most out of Pogba next year, for getting the most out of Bruno next year, and for changing the whole dynamic and shape of our build-up play. I think without a proper defensive midfielder there who's got a passing range, you're going to see Varane and Wan-Bissaka just skip that defensive midfield. You're going to see this area of the pitch getting skipped, and it means that United are going to build play up too fast. We won't be able to really hold possession, and we're going to go from front to back very quickly. And what United need to do, and what United didn't do last year, was simply have the ball at our feet. You saw it with England against, who was it? England against Denmark, I think, in Euro 2020 semi-final. The last 3 minutes of extra time, all we did was play with the ball at our feet, pass it around. That's something you don't really see from United, and that's a sign of an excellent team. Now, let's quickly head back to the map one more time before we call it. We've got Damian Williams here watching from Guyana in South America. Now, there's no... There you go. Guyana's on the map now, my friend, but you should have left what town you're watching it from, because maybe there's more than one person from Guyana watching here. And let me go down here and see where you're watching from. Sherna here saying again, Euro showed how good Maguire is with a good centre back. You're absolutely spot on, my friend. And that's why someone like Varane can certainly get the most out of Maguire. And Maguire can get the most out of Varane. For me, it just seems like an excellent partnership. We've got Andrew Tompkins watching from Louisville, Kentucky. How you doing, my friend? Make sure you drop a like on the video, Andrew. Thank you very much for watching Louisville in Kentucky. There you go. You're on the map, my friend. Louisville is represented. And look, so is Alabama. I'll tell you what, there's a few Americans in this morning. Good morning to you, Min. Thank you very much for watching from Alabama, US of A. Let's get a couple more on here before we wrap it up, because I know you will enjoy this so much. Oh, look, Isaac. Good morning to you. You might be the first, I believe, from Estonia. Look at that. We've got Estonia ticked off now. Wicked. By the start of the season, do you think we'll have every single country covered? That would be cool if we did. Not sure we will, but let's see if we can. I've got Manoli. I think you might, one of the OGs, you might already be on here. I think Manoli. I sometimes call you Manoli. Sometimes I call you Manol. But Manol, Sofia, Bulgaria. You're on the map, my friend. Thank you very much for your comment. Got Bryce saying thoughts on Coach Ramsey. Scintillating, but I honestly have no idea what you're talking about there. Sorry, Bryce. Coach Ramsey. Maybe I'm missing that. But thank you very much for everyone joining in today. I've enjoyed it. Still over 1,000 of you watching. It's great. As I said before, and I'll say it again, we'll do it one more time. I'm doing a giveaway. We've got a Discord hoodie here. We've got a Discord set of stickers here. We've got a Discord badge in here somewhere, which I've lost. Got a Discord badge too in a lovely Discord box. This is because there's a great community on there. There's nearly 3,000 of us over there on Discord. I'm going to leave it in the comments now on Facebook, on YouTube, right there. Click that link. Go over to the Discord. There's a giveaway channel there. Hashtag giveaway right at the top of the server. There's a little post in there. Just drop a little thumbs up on it. That's all you have to do. Sherna saying, love from India, mate. Watch you every day. Thank you very much, my friend. And thank you very much. Oh, look. We hired Ramsey from Chelsea at the start of the week as a coach. Yeah, you're right, actually. I'll look into that a bit more detail. Thank you very much, Dan, for that. But thank you very much, everybody, all around the world, from Estonia, from a small island in Finland, from Mauritius, from New Zealand, all day, every day. I love it. I'm hopefully going to be back here later with the Sancho announcement. Get that Friday feeling. The shoulders are shuffling. Thank you very much. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you drop a like on the video on Facebook, on YouTube. Thank you all for your comments. Thank you very much all for your super chats, as I always say. But until next time,